SAB 121 means Wall Street, the banking law, the bankers, the crypto lobby, and the Bitcoin lobby, all four of those constituencies all side together on the same issue. So that being the case, the SAB 121 repeal comes up, and then the position of the administration is we're proactively going to veto it. And now you basically have the administration against Wall Street and crypto and Bitcoin and the banks, right? And you have the welling up of frustration over 4 years, which reached a fever pitch. And the combination of that plus the ETH ETF coming up for approval with the expectation that it's going to be denied, punctuated by the lawsuits against Uniswap and MetaMask, which kind of are what caused people to conclude it would be denied. I mean, we all thought it'd be denied 2 weeks ago. I thought it would be denied. The entire consensus, even the Ethereans thought it'd be denied. There is no one that's going to vote for you because you're anti-crypto or anti-Bitcoin. No, there are no votes. There is an army of people that'll vote against you.
Michael Saylor begins by highlighting the significant political event surrounding the repeal of SAB 121. This legislation had brought together an unusual coalition of Wall Street, banking institutions, the crypto lobby, and the Bitcoin lobby, all siding against the administration's position. The Biden administration's initial stance was to veto the repeal, putting it at odds with major financial and crypto interests. Saylor emphasizes the mounting frustration over the past 4 years, reaching a boiling point with the upcoming decision on the Ethereum ETF, which many expected to be denied. This frustration was exacerbated by lawsuits against major crypto entities like Uniswap and MetaMask, reinforcing the belief that the ETF would indeed be denied. The bill to repeal SAB 121 passed in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. This unexpected success was further compounded by former President Trump's engagement with the crypto community. Trump's endorsement of crypto created a political shift, influencing public opinion and altering the political landscape. This development led to a dramatic shift in the polls, with Trump overtaking Biden, causing the Democratic Party to reconsider its stance on crypto.
SAB 121 means Wall Street, the banking law, the bankers, the crypto lobby, and the Bitcoin lobby, all four of those constituencies all side together on the same issue. So that being the case, the SAB 121 repeal comes up, and then the position of the administration is we're proactively going to veto it. And now you basically have the administration against Wall Street and crypto and Bitcoin and the banks, right? And you have the welling up of frustration over 4 years, which reached a fever pitch. And the combination of that plus the ETH ETF coming up for approval with the expectation that it's going to be denied, punctuated by the lawsuits against Uniswap and MetaMask, which kind of are what caused people to conclude it would be denied. I mean, we all thought it'd be denied 2 weeks ago. I thought it would be denied. The entire consensus, even the Ethereans thought it'd be denied. So that brings everything to a head. The bill goes to the House, it passes, then it moves into the Senate and it passes. That's a shocker. And then, of course, Godzilla walks into the room, and the Trump card, right, is Trump, and Trump becomes crypto engaged, and Trump comes down in favor of crypto. If you believe in crypto, you better vote for me. And then the next thing you see is the polls flip, and the Republican frontrunner is ahead of the incumbent, right? And when Trump flips Biden in the polls, now you see the entire Democratic Party flip. And so I think in the past few days, this literally happened over the weekend, I think. This weekend, I think you saw the political wind change direction. This became a political issue. And the strategists think, wait a minute, 80 million people with a Coinbase account, or 80 million Americans with crypto and a big crypto lobby, and we're going to be on the wrong side of this. There is no one that's going to vote for you because you're anti-crypto or anti-Bitcoin. No, there are no votes. There is an army of people that'll vote against you. So I think the White House changed policies. The Democratic Party changed policies. The signal of that was Chuck Schumer in the Senate voting in favor of the repeal of SAB 121. And you can see why he might. Basically, Wall Street's adopted crypto. Wall Street's adopted Bitcoin. They want to custody it. They want to securitize it. And the crypto industry is just fed up. I mean, they've had enough. And, it's like, I think Sun Tzu says, you've got your enemy cornered, leave them with an escape. Okay, I think that the regulators overplayed their hand in this regard, or a regulator overplayed their hand. If you basically got an industry that represents 80 million Americans and their only option is to fight you or die, it's a battle to the death, right? It's that's a very difficult fight. You polarized it. So I think that the dam burst this weekend. Monday morning, the policy of the administration flipped, and now I think they realize that they're best to accommodate. Give Wall Street what it wants, give the banks what they want. I think there's a lot of details yet to be figured out, like what will happen next. But all of the signals in the market suggest that the Republicans will be violently pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin, and the existing administration, the Democrats, will move to accommodate.
Reluctantly pro-Bitcoin.
They will move to accommodate and stop taking such an obstinate position.
It's wild, though, isn't it?
And it is wild. It upends everybody's model.
Yeah.
It's like when things get political, and this gets very political, then you just have to rethink all of your premises. And so here's what I think. I think 2 weeks before, the world looked like Bitcoin was going to be the only asset securitized and offered as a spot ETF by the Wall Street establishment, and it was going to spread as the one legitimate crypto asset. I think right now, the best expectation is the crypto asset class will be legitimized, supported by both parties. There's an industry. Crypto is an asset class. There's an entire range of use cases, 24/7 digital trading, digital art, NFTs, tokens, decentralized this, functionality, DeFi. There's a lot of things that will be considered in a more open light, and Bitcoin will be the leader of the crypto asset class. And if you look at it and say, well, is this good for Bitcoin or not? Yeah, I think it's good for Bitcoin. I think, in fact, it may be better for Bitcoin because I think that we are politically much more powerful, supported by the entire crypto industry, right? They obviously have a lot of political power, a lot of users, and they serve as another line of defense for Bitcoin. So
Saylor explains that the political winds changed rapidly, turning crypto into a significant political issue. Strategists realized the potential electoral impact of the 80 million Americans with crypto accounts. The shift was evident when Chuck Schumer and other Senate Democrats voted in favor of the repeal, indicating a broader acceptance of crypto within Wall Street and banking sectors. This policy shift reflects a broader political realignment. The Republican Party is now aggressively pro-crypto and pro-Bitcoin, while the Democratic Party has adopted a more accommodating stance. This bipartisan support is likely to have significant implications for the future of crypto regulation and adoption.
I think instead of someone saying, well, there's one crypto asset, maybe I'll allocate 1% of my money to it, I think mainstream investors might say, oh, there's a crypto asset class now, and maybe we'll allocate 5% or 10% of the crypto asset class, but Bitcoin will be 60% or 70% of that. So I actually think it could accelerate institutional adoption.
We're back to indexing.
It's good for marketing. Yeah, there'll be all these other things that'll happen, and you just kind of have to rethink, all of your models and move forward in a new world. With the caveat that I looked at, last night, FIT 21, the crypto bill was passed in a landslide by the House of Representatives.
73 Dems voted for it?
Yeah. I don't know exact number, but it was like 2/3, 1/3. So it was a 66% or something majority. It's a 484-page bill. Okay. So I started reading it, and reading, it's hard to read 500 pages and internalize it, but I'm sure they haven't read it.
Yeah.
And it goes to the Senate. And so I imagine there'll be a lot of debate about what goes into 484 pages. What clearly they want to do is they want to create a regulatory process to establish a digital commodity and define decentralization and define a digital commodity and treat the rest. I think that, again, this would be political, but the difference is instead of one party has taken the position, limited Bitcoin, nothing else. We're afraid of Bitcoin. The only explanation I can come up with for why you would believe in Bitcoin but be so resistant to Bitcoin options, in-kind creates, and Bitcoin custody for banks is Bitcoin's so good, we don't want it to go too fast. We don't want it to grow too quickly because it might destabilize the traditional system. But one party was limited Bitcoin and the other party was crypto. And now we've got one party, we're defined by crypto advocacy, very pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin, aggressively pro-crypto. And the second party, responsible crypto, responsible Bitcoin, but we're enthusiastic, right? I mean, that's how the playing field is shifted. And that will ripple to the rest of the world, right? However the US goes, it'll go to Singapore, the UAE, the EU, and there are even signs that it's already rippled into Hong Kong, but it may ripple back into China. And so ultimately, I think 2024 will definitely be viewed as a pivotal year, but I don't see how you can view it as anything other than incredibly auspicious for the adoption of Bitcoin by nation states, large banks, institutional investors. And there's just an explosion in global consensus that this is an idea whose time has come, and we'll be living with a lot of other crypto ideas along the way for quite a while to come, I think. But none of them are threatening to us at this point. I think Bitcoin has gotten too mature, has become too powerful to be threatened by another crypto. I think this is going to be a case of a rising tide is going to lift all boats.
Saylor concludes by predicting that the U.S. policy shift will have global repercussions. As the U.S. adopts a more favorable stance towards crypto, other major financial hubs, including Singapore, the UAE, and the EU, are likely to follow suit. This shift has already begun to influence markets like Hong Kong and may even extend to China in the future. He believes that 2024 will be a pivotal year for crypto adoption by nation-states, large banks, and institutional investors. The growing global consensus around crypto represents an idea whose time has come, with Bitcoin leading the charge. Saylor sees this as an auspicious development, indicating that the rising tide of crypto adoption will lift all boats in the industry. Please like and subscribe my channel.